Hello Taurus, and welcome to your mid-month love tarot reading for May 2018. This is for singles and couples and those who are dating. I'm going to pull, there we go. I'm going to pull you an overall energy, and it looks like we got two. Oh, nope, just one. So for the next half of May, your overall energy is spend some quality time together. It is imperative that we spend quality time with those we are in a significant relationship with, listening and talking to each other. So if you and your partner have been a bit disconnected, maybe you do need to spend more time with each other. But what I really feel about this is where maybe you're wanting to spend more time and you're not getting that, or they're wanting to spend more time with you and they're not getting that, and it could just be out of choice or life circumstance. But you know, it's highlighted here the time you're spending with somebody who is romantically significant to you, whether it's somebody you are in a relationship with, committed, or it's just somebody you're dating. Now if you're completely single, this might be kind of like how you're feeling, like, you know, I miss that about a relationship, the cuddling, the touching, the kissing, you know, watching shows together, having your favorite things to eat together, you know, just all those little things that make a relationship special and unique. It's like you're missing that, and I feel like you're missing that, or you're thinking about that more than like an actual person. It's where you feel that desire. This is what I really want, like this is what I'm after in regards to a relationship. But if you're seeing somebody or you're committed, it's important that you guys do connect physically and talk to each other, listen to each other. This is just really about intimate connection, and it doesn't have to be sexual. For some of you, you know, I guess it could be that, but this is really just about feeling that intimate connection with each other. Or you know, if there's been a lot of arguments, disagreements, like letting that energy dissipate so you can reconnect. All right, that's really what I feel about this, is like reconnection. So let's pull some romance angels to see what your themes are this month, the second half of the month, the highlights of what you will be experiencing. Okay. So we have, this could be the one, love yourself first and free yourself. Okay, this right here is pretty straightforward for some of you. There's somebody that you are completely fixated on, that you think is where you're supposed to be, but there's something about this person or the relationship that you have with them where you aren't being honored to the degree that you deserve, okay? And that's why we have free yourself here. So this could legitimately be like you need to free yourself from the idea of being with this person because they're really not the best fit for you, okay? Like they won't honor you and love you to the same degree that you would give to them. And with spend quality time together, it could be like where it's just they never seem to have time for you, or it's like they can't be bothered. If that's the case, the universe is saying, hey, listen, you are just as important, and until they treat you as such, you need to get out of Dodge. You deserve better than that. Now, if you are in a relationship, again, this to me feels like there's been some struggle, some maybe disconnection, some arguments. We're just not vibing with each other. And again, with this, it's like, okay, yes, all of those problems and things exist, but let's set it down for a little bit. Let's free ourselves from all of that, and let's try to just reconnect, okay? Because yeah, if you're in a relationship, I really feel like you need to focus on reconnecting if you feel a little bit disconnected, but also you might, if you are in a relationship, it might be like there's somebody else outside of your relationship that you're interested in or you've connected with somehow, some way, maybe not even intending to. And, with free yourself, that could go either way, either to this new attraction you have or to the relationship you're committed to. Like, you have to decide that, because this is general. So I can't say 100% either way, but I know like there's something you need to let go of here, and only you can decide that. And where you should make that decision is, what honors you, what loves you, what is there for you to the same capacity that you're going to be there for it. Okay. Now, yeah, and I already addressed that. Like, if you're single or dating around and there's just this particular person that you are like, no, that's who I should be with. But if they're not honoring you and they're not spending time with you, you need to get out of there. Like, it's not going to get better, really. At least not these next 2 weeks. Maybe you disconnecting yourself is what will, shift the energy to wake the other person up to recognize that, hey, they're not honoring you. It's just, it plays out differently for everybody. That's the hard part with general readings, Like, I want to be like, hey, specifically, this is what needs to happen, but so many people watch these that I can't do that. So let's pull some. And that's the thing about general readings. It's like, it can only give you like overall general themes. And that's why it fits or it doesn't. And some people take it so personally. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's just general. It's just general. Okay, so we had some cards fall out. First one out is the Four of Cups, which is stagnation, boredom. We need to bust out of this routine. Yep. We have the World here. This is, typically about completion, but this is a gratification. And now we have this Knight of Wands, which could represent fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Now we have the Six of Swords. And we have the Ten of Cups, or Ten of Swords. Man, this is like going so awesomely. And now we have this. Well, I take it back. That could actually shift. So here's what I think. If you're in a relationship and it's like this Four of Cups energy where things just aren't, it's not bad, it's not good, it just is, right? We need to reconnect. There's energy here for that, spark of passion, because the Six of Swords is like, a roll in the hay, so to speak. Like, it's fun, it's exciting, we're being intimate with each other. It's a really good time, especially this here. This is a really, really good time. And so I feel some of you, if you just, because you can't change anybody, you can only change yourself. If you focus and make it your intention to reconnecting with your partner, I really feel like you guys can overcome this Ten of Swords energy, whatever. Four Cups, Ten of Swords, like you can overcome that. It's like you might just need to free your mind of certain thoughts, or you might need to do some forgiving or let some grudges go. You've just got to free yourself from something to recapture this intimacy, this closeness. And it's there. It will happen, and you'll move beyond it. Now, others of you that are like dating, or you could be single. This could just be you're single and you're remembering, or you're dating currently, and this is the cycle, the pattern of energy you go through with this particular person that you think is your one, okay? So what happens is there's a routine taking place, and it's a tired routine. And we don't realize that it's tired and worn out because it feels so good when it's taking place. It's like, some of you, the connection you have, you might not recognize it, but it's sexual. This is very sexual energy. This is not about love. It's not about, you know, the house and the kids. It's not about that. This is very sexual energy, and I'm reading it differently for dating and single just because it feels different than it does if you're in a relationship. At least for me, reading the cards. To me, it's like you have this really good physical chemistry and connection with somebody, and, you know, maybe they come around, you guys have a really good time, and then they're gone, and you end up feeling like this. And you're like, what the heck? And you need to free yourself, because this is a pattern of behavior that's going to repeat over and over. It's like you don't hear from this person, and then they hit you up, oh, hey, I'm missing you, I want to see you, and you're missing them too. So you're like, yeah, come over. And with Love Yourself here, I feel like it's you are not honoring yourself in a sense by continuing this relationship, because even though you have all these feelings for this person, I don't feel that they honor you, and therefore by continuing to let them in for them just to dip back out, it's not honoring you, and you need to free yourself from that, because I just don't feel like anything's gonna change if you just let this continue to happen. It's either breaking yourself away completely, and that's going to cause this person to recognize their behavior, and they may say, okay, yeah, you're right. Or they might be like, oh, this, I don't have access. Okay, I'm gone. And I know for me personally, when you really love somebody and maybe they're not quite on the same page as you emotionally, like they don't, you know, they care about you back, but you really can't gauge to the degree because their behavior is a bit erratic, you know, it's hard. And so you do have hope, and you do let them back, and even if it ends the same way as it always has, you still have hope that one day, right? Well, this is saying, listen, it's not going to happen one day until you change something about what you are doing with this person. That's the only way the energy is going to shift. And for me, I kind of knew that, like, that the person would probably most likely walk away if I made an ultimatum. And so I kind of hung in there longer because I didn't want to lose them. And I didn't realize that in wanting to not lose them, I was losing myself. And so it's better to feel the pain now and, you know, rip the Band-Aid off, so to speak, right? And do it quick, so that you can start healing and rebalancing yourself, rather than staying entrenched in the same pattern of behavior, okay? And, you know, if you are in a relationship with somebody, maybe this is speaking to you, where it's this pattern of behavior where you guys are close, everything is good, and then it's just like a disconnection, and you don't know why, and it leaves you feeling like this. You really don't understand why. There's something you need to change about yourself, not because you're doing anything wrong, but, well, doing anything wrong to that person, but because of what you are continually doing isn't helping change the situation to your happiness, to your highest good. So there's something about you and your behavior that you need to change to bring about a shift in this particular relationship, or allowing yourself to be free of a relationship that does not honor and serve you, okay? Again, I do see for some where there is this outside interest or relationship of some type going on, and it's out of boredom in the current relationship you're in, okay? This other person or situation just brings you a lot of excitement, but with the Ten of Swords here, I feel like it also brings you sadness, because in a sense you're not free, but that person, I feel, is free to be with other people, and that might bother you because you are in a relationship, so, you know, you aren't free to pursue them to the degree that you would like to. If that speaks to you, you've got to free yourself from that energy, okay? So let me pull you some advice. Oh, that's grabbing the whispers of love. I don't know. And listen, with this here, this could be the one. If you have met somebody that you really feel you have a future with, but you're holding yourself back because of hope for some other relationship, you know, don't. It will only bring you sadness hanging on to what you're hoping for when there's something right here in your face today that is offering you exactly what you're asking for. It's just not the person that you've been asking for, but it's all that love, connection, and energy that you've been asking for. And when that happens, that's the universe saying, yes, you deserve this, but the person you're wanting it from is not capable of providing this for you at this time. So here is this. And I'll tell you really fast, I have a friend who told me a story about this friend that she has, and basically this chick was with this dude for like 5 years, and they ended up breaking up. And you know, he tried to be civil about it and, you know, still be friends and all of that, but she was just too like, no, we're meant to be, just really intense, excessive about it. So he ultimately ended up blocking her and ghosting her because he couldn't deal any longer with her not being able to accept that he just wasn't interested anymore, and it wasn't likely to change. Like, he didn't think they would get back together, and she was like, no, we're soulmates, you know. And so he ends up blocking her and ghosting her. Fast forward like 8 years, okay, no contact with this dude, nothing, just stalks the crap out of him on social media, finds out that he's about to be married, and she can't handle it emotionally, has to take a day off of work, everything. And that's what I see here with this Ten of Swords for somebody out there, is that type of thing. The saddest part for this girl is a new person did show up, a really good guy, really, really good guy. And she was so caught up on the dude that wants nothing to do with her that this guy ended up saying, you know what, I can't, like, you don't love me, you're not going to be here. So he splits, and guess what? Now, not only is she still in the same pain for a dude of like forever ago, but now she also is hurt and sad over the guy that tried to give her exactly what she was asking for. So if that speaks to you, let the past go. Let it go. I know it's hard as hell. Believe you me. I know. But this is all you will have. Okay? This right here. And nobody deserves that. Everybody deserves love and happiness. And when the universe is trying to bring you something that you've been asking for and it's just not the person, you might be like, you know what? This is a sign that I need to let the past go, because this dude that was trying to give her everything and she just couldn't let her ex go, he's married and has kids and is living an amazing life. And that's the life he was trying to give to her. But she just couldn't receive it, okay? So that obviously isn't going to speak to all of you, but for some of you it will. And please, let the past go. There's something else for you, I promise. Like, love is not supposed to just drag your ass through the gutter for years and years and years after a relationship is over. Like, that's just not, at least not for me. I don't feel that's how life is supposed to be. You know, I get it. That first 6 months to a year to 2 years can be a bit intense, but after that, like, you know, if you've been having an intention to heal yourself, better yourself, let go, move on, you should be doing much better about a relationship. And if you don't think I know what I'm talking about, my relationship was 11 years, and I knew the dude for 16 years. We just only dated for 11 of those 16, and he screwed me over and hurt me so bad in the end, and I was with you. That's my soulmate. But time and the universe showed me the light, and I'm so happy I chose that path instead of still waiting around for him. Because I'll tell you what, Taurus, That fool would still have me right here, even though he's with somebody else and all of that. He would keep me right there just so that I would always be an option. And okay, so here is your advice. Gaia. This is the most powerful card in this deck. It's wisdom, knowledge, spiritual understanding. You, no matter what's going on in your romantic life these next 2 weeks, really connect to you, to your soul. And what is it that makes you happy, Taurus? What is it that you really want out of a relationship? Not what you accept from another person because you love them, but what is it that you truly want? What is it that you deserve out of love? You know, because you do deserve it. And that doesn't mean that if you have a relationship and, you know, you both love each other, it's just a little, there's some bumps and kinks and maybe some boredom. It's not about just throwing that relationship away. It's digging deep to see how do we reignite that passion that we once had. Now, if you're dealing with somebody who doesn't really care about you and just wants to keep you right there so you're always an option, that's about digging deep so that you reconnect to your divinity, and it's no longer that type of behavior towards you is just something that you cannot tolerate no matter who that person is. Okay, so Taurus, really connect to your soul. Also meditate, connect with Mother Earth Gaia, because there's just some deep spiritual understanding and enlightenment that I feel will come through in that for you in regards to your romantic life, no matter what it is that you're dealing with, okay? So those are your messages, at least in this reading. I hope that this helped some of you, and I am wishing you guys all the best. Take care.